Hey, what's up, everyone? So I'm going to talk about money-making tips here for Archeage, and you may be like, "Whoa, how does he have 87 gold?" Well, he must have bought a lot of cash shop items and sold them. No, I actually didn't. I am Archeum founder. This is actually my alt account too, and it's got a small amount of gold. I have about 500 gold, pure gold right now, and a little, probably over maybe 1,000 net worth in items and miscellaneous materials. And how I generated that much gold in 3 days. It's not with trade packs, no. It's a lot with growing and growing the right crops at the right time. So right now, you'll see crowded auction house, crowded world everywhere. The biggest thing is you have to know how to sell things. And here, if you're wondering, oh, maybe he bought things off the marketplace, Archeum founder, 11,500 credits. I've only spent 2,000 credits on this account. I still haven't even used my loyalty tokens. So for the loyalty tokens, you're going to want to get these explorer chests. These have the best items for your gold currency, like if you conversion. The merchant chest used to be good, but now they've added a lot of crafting materials, like the ones you have to do intercontinental trade routes. You have to go over. I'm drawing a blank. I'll show you right here. The stabilizers. So they have a lot of charcoal stabilizers, rock salt, and when I say a lot, it means it's common. You only get one stabilizer in the box. So you can see a stabilizer is only going for about 1 gold for the rock salts, the charcoal. Charcoal. The charcoal one is again going for about 1 gold. So if you get that in your loyalty box, you're going to be pretty pissed you got 1 gold. The loyalty boxes over there now, the Explorer one is really cool because it has a chance to get these weapon regrade scrolls and armor regrade scrolls. So we actually picked up 5 Gilda Stars, and in that chest we got 3 gold. So a pretty good haul right there because the houses, the designs for the houses are selling for a good amount. They used to sell for a lot more at the very beginning of the server when people were doing the land rush. So you can take a look here. You have to familiarize yourself with the auction house. Know what's popular, know what's hot. So now the house designs are cooling off around probably 7 or 6 gold for a house. After the basic land rush ended, there was a big rush for thatched farmhouses and harpoon clippers. And now you'll notice that these things have dropped pretty significant. They used to be around 100, 150 gold for these guys, and now they're about half their value. That's an easy way to make gold. If you want, you can just spam 2 hours or so rushing the storyline quest, deleting characters, making new characters, and you can, get 50 Gilda Stars in about 2 hours and now generate around 75 gold for that design. So that is a very, very easy way to get gold. So if you want and you want to run the story quest, that gets really, really boring and repetitive, but that is an easy, easy money right there. The next thing is, again, familiarize yourself with the auction house. Go on here and see what is popular, see what's in demand. In the beginning of a brand new server, bananas were in demand like crazy. You'll see they are still selling fairly well, 20 silver per 1 banana, because every harvest you get around 3 or 4 bananas. So every harvest you get around 80 silver. But the crazy thing is, 12 hours ago or 24 hours ago, somewhere in that time frame, bananas were selling for around 2 gold each. So you can imagine if you started like I did, because I foresaw this, if you planted banana plants in the very beginning of the game, the very fresh start there, you're going to have bananas the very absolute fastest possible you can. And the people that are doing mad rush crazy, buying tons of credits off the auction house, selling it for gold, converting that into trade goods to do the trade runs, they want to get that large scarecrow as soon as possible. The biggest hurdle is the bananas, because the bananas take a whole day to grow their tree. So 1 whole day there. And when you get there, those guys will pay pretty much anything for that. So that's why they were paying 2 gold and even upward probably for the very first couple people that had bananas. But yeah, they steadily stayed off at 2. Now they've leveled off because these people have already got their large scarecrow, which most people in the server haven't even done that yet. And now it's kind of like an average price because a lot of other players saw that bananas were going crazy. And now bananas aren't really that worthwhile to build for the long time and to sell. So now, this price probably will stabilize because there's still a lot of people that haven't jumped on the trend of like, hey, there's something better to do than bananas. So now the next popular item right now is actually called peanuts, or peanuts. Peanut. You may be wondering why peanuts are very popular. Well, you can kind of tell popularity based on how many items come up in the auction house here. Peanuts, there's only 3 items available for sale. So that right there will tell you something. If you look through the auction house, you'll see pages and pages of things. If not that many people are making it, that means either someone's buying it all up or it's, no one's using it. Someone out there may want peanuts, but right now people actually need peanuts to create this alchemy potion. And people have just started to get up to 10,000 alchemy, and now they need these peanuts to make the vicious glossy oil. So the peanuts and the wheat and the red coral and the rock stabilizer are going to be in huge demand right now. Until the market stabilizes, this stuff will be crazy expensive because everyone's trying to get this so they can turn their workstation into their small farm into a farmer's workstation, so they can build seed bundles, so they can get worms, so they can do fishing, so they can use combined feed. So there's a lot of great benefits of the farmer's workstation, which this is used for. And you can see it's also used for all these other goods. So it has a lot of uses. It's used for level 40 gear, and it's used for level 44 gear. So no one's going to be up there yet, so it won't be used that, but it's used for so many different things. So this is a great item to have. Peanuts, wheat, red coral, rock salt stabilizer will always be in good demand. And right now peanuts are actually in a crazy demand because if you see, no one is selling peanuts. And peanuts, they actually are a very small crop, a tiny little thing. So you can put like 40 of them on your little small farm, and you get 3 to 4 every harvest, and then you also have the chance for a rare one. So you're going to get probably, say, 4 every harvest, and they're not selling for 4 gold. There's no question about it. No one's going to pay 4 gold. You notice they needed 30 peanuts to actually use that alchemy potion. So the real price of this is unknown, but you can assume that no one's paying 4 gold because that's insane. So maybe a gold per peanut. You can try that. You test it out. You do want to try and sell them in bunches of 30, possibly, or bunches of like 10. Those are good numbers. You don't want to sell them in weird, funky numbers like 18. If you sell them in 18 and say a trade pack uses peanuts, and you can also check the trade packs by coming in here, clicking on materials, peanut, and you can see all the items that the peanut is used for. So here's this is for a seed bundle, so no one can do that yet. Peanuts actually used for this trade pack right here, and you need 100 of them. So it takes a lot of peanuts out of the system. Penor, no one's really going to do that. Penor is faraway land, so that trade pack is from over here, and they're not going to do that. This is a PvP zone. This is a PvP zone going out. People aren't going to do that. So the only thing people are going to use their peanuts for is to break them down or for that vicious glossy oil. So those things are in huge demand right now. Another thing that you have to look at and think about is the trade packs to get to the large scarecrow. So those need typical things like dried flowers, and you'll notice they're only a few silver each, but they're very easy to create, and you need 50 of them. So disregard all these right here. These are tiny. One person can buy those in a second, and boom, gone. The real market price is right here, around 4 gold or 4 silver per dried flower. So you could technically buy this up, buy this up, buy this up, buy this up, and put them all together and sell them for 4 gold, or 4 silver, excuse me, and you would make a nice profit right there, just flipping the items. You can see the market value is roughly 4 silver, because that's where all this stuff is right here. And you can see there's multiple pages upon pages of dried flowers, because those are used for a lot of trade packs. Another item that is in high demand is the medicine powder. And so this has gotten, you can see it's about 4 silver each. This is also used for a trade pack, but it's also used for all your potions. So everything an alchemist does requires this medicinal powder. And you get this by breaking down mushrooms. And these are selling very well as well. Because again, when you harvest these guys, you get 3 to 4 mushrooms every harvest. So every time you plant, you're going to pick it up. You're going to gain 16 silver roughly per planting. Which is a very, very good return on your investment for putting down a crop. Not as good as the peanut, but the peanut has a smaller player base that's actually going to buy it. But the peanut does take a lot longer to build too. So this is a quicker build. I believe the mushrooms are only 2 hours or so. So in 2 hours, you can generate 16 silver for each mushroom that you harvest. And the prices do fluctuate. You could also break down the mushrooms here, as it says, spend 5 labor to process 15 medicinal powder. It uses 10 mushrooms. So you can convert this. If the mushroom price is too low, you can convert them into medicinal powder and sell them for more as medicinal powder if you want to use a little bit more labor. You can also get medicinal powder from alloy. So if you are going to have longer time, like you have like 12 hours, you can make medicinal powder from alloy. You put these guys down, same thing, a small little seed. They harvest, I believe it's 12 hours for the alloy. And when you gather 10 of them, break them up with the blue salt night, you get 47 medicinal powders. So, or you could sell them as individual, and they sell for, it looks like, around 14 silver. Not many people are using them. You see a small amount. So this would be a decent market to buy, or to make these and sell them. But most likely these guys are just used for medicinal powder purposes right now. So we can go in here and check what alloy is used for, because you want to make sure that your item is used for things. So this one used for 20,000 alchemy. No one has 20,000 alchemy yet in the server. Again, 25,000 alchemy, 40,000 alchemy. So alloy is only going to be used for this trade pack right here, Wind Scour. So you want to look at, see where Wind Scour is to see if people actually might run that route. And so Wind Scour is right there. Again, a PvP zone. Probably not going to run that route, because they'd pick the trade pack there, have to transport it out of this zone, and most people don't like going to PvP zones because you can die and lose your trade pack. So the alloy is mainly going to be used just for medicinal purposes right now. But you can see it's probably still selling for around 13 or so silver, because these are still here, meaning they haven't sold. Granted, this one just got put on, this got put on. All these are very, very recently put on. So they probably are actually selling for around here, 15, 14 silver. So if you want, you could sell them for that. It probably would be better to break them down, though, into medicinal powders, because you can see 10 of these can make 47 powders. Another one that makes medicinal powders is Ginseng. Ginseng is another one that takes a long time to build. I believe it's a full day, but it actually generates 77 medicinal powders, and it's actually not selling for that much. Right now, you can actually make a lot more money by buying these guys. So we're going to buy it, and we just spent around 3 gold. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can make a lot of money off of these guys, disenchanting them and turning them into medicinal powders, because the medicinal powder is going to sell for a lot more than those right there. So it's going to cost me 10 labor, but I'm going to, possibly double or triple my money on that right there. So again, it costs us 3 gold to do this, to buy these guys. We have to buy the blue salt knife, which is 50 copper, so pretty much nothing. We shift right click, and it's going to turn into 77 medicinal powders. So we have 77, and we have 77. So now we have 154. We are going to break those down, shift left click into medicinal powder into 50s, because that's what the trade pack needs. And again, everyone is doing the trade pack to get the large scarecrow. So if we put them up for 372, which is the absolute cheapest price right now, we're going to sell this 50 for 1 gold and 86 silver. So right there, we almost got our whole money back just with 50 of these guys. We're going to put it up for 6 hours, put 1 there, put them up for 1, 1. And I have a feeling that within this video, within the next 5 minutes, these 3 will have sold. So if they all sell at that price, we're going to pretty much double our money in this purchase by just spending 10 labor. So we're going to make roughly 3 gold for 10 labor just by buying ginseng and breaking it down into medicinal powder, because the medicinal powder was worth a lot more at this current time. Market values always do change, but you do need to keep an eye out for items that can be broken up and sold for better value. So again, 10 labor points, and there you go. 1 just sold right there, just in a flick of an eye, not even like 30 seconds. 1 sold like that, clockwork. So we can probably just sit here and wait, in a minute or two these guys will sell, but we'll move on to the next item that you can buy. So we're going to go take a look now at thistle. Thistle is the other item that can be bought and turned into medicinal powder. You can plant these guys. These guys only get you 23, but they are a shorter build. They're around a 4 or 5 hour build. And they're 8 silver right now. So if you build them, you can sell them for roughly 8 silver. Again, you get 3 to 4 every harvest. So depending on how long of a time you are going to be offline for, you can build accordingly. And you do want to build the medicinal herb plants, which are all on the last page over here: the aloe, the thistle, the mushroom, and the ginseng. So you can see the ginseng is a little bit over 1 day. And if you actually plant it in a temperate place, it's about 1 day. The aloe seed is roughly 14 hours. And again, if you plant it in the arid climate, it's going to be around probably 12 or 11 hours. Because if you plant it in its favorite climate, it actually gets a growing boost. So this one is in temperate, 5 hours. And then the mushroom is 2 hours. So a very, very quick turnaround. So based on what your away time is, if you're sleeping for the night, go ahead and either build some aloe seeds, put them on your farm, come back the next day, and you're going to have aloe seeds. You can break those into medicinal powder or sell them straight up, and you can get a good profit. If you're going to be playing and you want to farm a lot, go ahead and put mushrooms down, and then come back every 2 hours, do it again, mushrooms, and just in the cycle. I like the longer ones because you don't have to click as much. Mushrooms, putting them down one by one after a while, it gets really repetitive, and it's definitely not too enjoyable. It's enjoyable when you see all the gold that you made, but so you can see we've sold another one. I was surprised that we actually have 1 left, but in that quick of an instant, we've already made little over 2 gold for 10 labor. So that's how you make gold. Really quick. You have to find out what's in demand, what's needed. Look at the trade packs. I've given you some great tips there. Those are only the trade packs for the east side as well, too. I play the east faction, and I don't know the trade packs for the west faction, but the same thing. The auction house is joint, so whatever they need a lot of is going to be in demand as well. So those right there are the key things that are hugely in demand right now. And pretty much you can make money by planting seeds of any kind. No matter what you plant, you're going to make money. So go out there, plant those seeds, grow something, and make money off of it. But if you want to make the most money possible in the quickest amount of time, try these things out. Try and figure out what's the hot item right now. And I've given you like 5 or 6 items that are great, that are really in demand right now. So if you want to plant any of those, you can make a great income. And of course, there are others out there. If a lot of people do start planting those and creating them, they are going to drive the price down. So you have to play the market a little bit. But again, we've just bought up Ginseng, and I'm actually going to go in my other account and buy up all this Ginseng and convert it down. And I'm going to do that because I actually want to level up my gathering skill on my main account. And this actually levels your gathering skill up as well. So the 5 labor points you use to make the medicinal powder goes towards your gathering skill and improves your gathering. So that's a way to level up your gathering, is to break these things down. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching.